Good morning, class. We are going to review what we did in class for CC Cycle 3, Week 9. So let's get started. We always start with geography. So they walk into the classroom and we have the maps laid out. And we drew pictures on some of our states for helping us to remember the states and capitals. So we started with Salt Lake City, Utah, and we drew a salt shaker. Carson City, Nevada. So we drew a car and we said the car went on this road, this really angled road, steep road or hill. Carson City, Nevada. Phoenix, Arizona, and because a phoenix is a bird, we just drew this little bird sign. And Sacramento, California, and we drew a sack with a pack of Mentos in that sack. So my son suggested the Mentos. I thought that was cute. Sacramento, California, and then we skipped all the way down here to Honolulu, Hawaii, and because they put a lei of flowers around your neck when you land in Hawaii, we just drew flowers for those islands. So we made the islands into little flowers, and that's Honolulu, Hawaii, and that was what we did for geography. And also just point out to your kiddos that Hawaii is like way over here, not tucked down here below California. In the maps that we used in class, they had Hawaii here, so we just made sure that they knew that it was way out there. Okay, multiplication tables, we covered the 15s, and with the 15s, we did skipping around the room for that, and it's something like Walk Along, Come Along, something Johnny is the name of the song. I didn't know what it was. But that's what we did. We just skipped around the room and sang our 15s, and then we tried to erase a couple of the numbers that were kind of easier numbers to remember and tested ourselves to see if we could say it with the numbers erased. Then we moved to Grammar Goblin for new grammar, and he continued to eat our infinitives, or not our infinitives, our verbs. And so we did to lay, and he ate it, and we go through all of them and give each child a stick, and then they each get to feed the Grammar Goblin. And this week, I actually let them be the Grammar Goblin. And it takes a long time to let everybody be the Grammar Goblin, but hopefully they memorized it. So we did that. For history, we did Tell Me About the Succession of the Southern States. So the motions for that go, the Compromise of 1850, so you're just shaking your hand, or you can have them be partners and they can shake each other's hands. The Compromise of 1850, and the Fugitive, so our F sign language hand for Fugitive Slave Act. And then the Dred Scott, this is our sign language D hand, Dred Scott decision. Remember, he wasn't allowed to be a free man even though he was taken into free territory. They said, no, you're still a slave. So Dred Scott decision preceded the secession, and we pushed ourselves back like we're pushing away, we're succeeding away, preceded the secession of the southern states. We pointed down low to help us to remember that our southern states are below us when we look at a map. And then we did Latin verbs, and we have our Latin rules. And so we have a couple Latin rules. I think we have two. Yes, three. So we have three Latin rules, and the first one is Latin verbs have different ending called conjugations. So I had little tails for them all for an ending, and we put our tail behind us, and we shook our little tail, and we said Latin verbs have different endings called conjugations. And they thought that was really silly and fun. Will you go give Kate her passy? She's crying. Can you go give that to her? Timeline was next, and so emotions for timeline are Byzantine, sign language B, Byzantine, emperor, this is an E hand, this is the sign for emperor, it's like the sash that they wear to show their like royalty. So Byzantine, emperor, Justinian, you're making a sign language J. Benedict, another B hand, sign language B, Benedict, and monasticism, you're hooding yourself because monasticism has to do with being a monk. So you're going to put a hood over you like a monk. Monasticism. Mohammed founds Islam. So Mohammed, M hand. Mohammed founds Islam. This is our sign for Islam because it's like they're praying. Their little feet are kneeling and showing that they pray several times a day. Mohammed founds Islam. Zanj and Ghana and Africa, Zanj and early Ghana and Africa. Zanj and early Ghana was, they did a lot of trading. So these are our little O hands. O hands back and forth shows that you're trading merchandise and money. So you're trading ASEAN, generally Ghana, and Africa, and then there's a drum beat. So we patted our legs, do 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 do. Francs, so we do our F hand for Francs defeat. So this is our defeat or our conquer movement. Francs defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours, and we're going to go back and forth. This is our sign for war. So Francs defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours. 1 second. Golden Age of Islam. Point to your ear and wiggle it down for gold. Golden Age of Islam. Same motion. Ooh. Vikings. Raid. Take away, raid. Grabbing things. Vikings, raid, and there's our sign for trade again. Trade. And that's the end of timeline.